Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and happy springtime. So yesterday was the first day of spring, so I thought it was really appropriate today to do a really easy, quick get ready with me with a new fresh spring look using a couple new shades, a couple new products, and a really affordable brush line. So if you want to know how I achieve this easy little spring look, keep watching. All right, so I'll start with a clean face, obviously, but I want to show you guys what I've used for my moisturizer and eye cream just because I've just recently started using these and I'm loving the results that I'm getting, especially from this eye cream. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the moisturizer and this is the TNS Ceramide Treatment Cream. All of these medical grade skincare products you can find, I'll link it below on this website called Premier Look, and I have a discount code where you can get 15% off, which is awesome that they gave me that to give to you guys. And then this is Regenica Revitalizing Eye Cream, and this is the best eye cream I've ever used in my entire life. It's quite the statement, but it is true. I have issues with bags under my eyes and like fine lines. It's hereditary, and I very rarely can find something to combat those, and this is working really, really well. I will link that below, and like I said, I get 15% off if and you want any of it. That's also where I get my Retin-A, which I've been using once a week. Okay, and then I've used the Prime Skin Developer by Kevin Aquan. And in the springtime, because it is just fresh and lovely out, I try not to be as heavy with my foundation. So I love the Giorgio Armani Maestro. I use the shade 6.5. And even if it's a little bit dark for me right now, like usually I have a self-tanner on. I'm going to take my ring off. Doug's being a little bit loud. He really loves this office. But even if your foundation is a tiny bit dark, go ahead and get your summer shade. And I'm going to show you how with your placement of concealer to make it look a little bit lighter, because you do want it a little darker in some places, like the bronzed places. And it's a very, very light coverage, but I love it. And it's fresh, and it's got sunscreen in it if you're one of those people that protects the face. We all should be those people, right? I'm the worst at it. All right. Okay, now I'm going to go in and I know I use this like almost every time, but it is just my jam right now. I just love these Tarte Shape Tapes. It's why they sell out all the time, because they that good. Okay, let me mention really quickly first, because I'm going to use this through my whole video. So I've been on the hunt for affordable brushes for y'all, and Alex has been using these Eco Tools all the time. This is the 10th anniversary set, so I'm going to use Eco Tools brushes through this whole look. These are super, super affordable, and they're really, really great brushes. So I just want to switch things up just a little bit. All right. So I'm going to start out and I'm going to use the light medium in the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm sorry. I love it. Okay. So this is where, if your foundation is a little bit dark, if you go ahead and get your summer shade, you're going to lighten it up by putting this like where your neck is going to meet your face. So that way you're not going to see that dark line like hitting your neck. I always do that. That's kind of like my little trick if my foundation's a little bit dark. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this Eco Tools brush. I really love this one because it has the small angled edge and then it has the larger angled edge. So I'm going to go in just with the larger angled edge. And I'm not going to wet this or anything. I just go straight in with a dry beauty blender. I always do that unless I'm using the Beauty Blender brand. Beauty Blender brand. And I'm just going to rub this in. Okay, and now I'm going to go in and I'm just going to take the light Tarte Shape Tape and put it just under my eyes to brighten them up. And I'm going to rub that in with the smaller end of this beauty blender. I'm also doing this video today with natural light instead of like, I've got like a tiny bit of a ring light way back in the distance, but I'm trying to get the lighting a little bit better so you guys can actually see the colors and the things in real life. Okay, now I'm going to go in and I'm just going to set it a tiny, tiny bit using this Charlotte Tilbury powder. This, I guess it's the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. And I just really love this powder. So I'm just going to use this Eco Tools brush. It's a micro blending brush, which is not for this use, but I break the rules. Okay, I just barely hit where I put that. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the bronzer. So in the springtime, I like to go a little lighter on my bronzer too. And I'm going to go in with this. I used to use this back in high school and I just die for it. So this is Bobbi Brown Light Golden. And I think it's just a real lovely color. So I'm gonna go in with the full powder brush because I'm gonna do a little bit more of a broad bronzing. Instead of doing that harsh contour line, I like to dust it on just like that. Just to kind of just give it a little bit of a soft effect. Okay, next I'm going to go in with a blush that I never use by itself, but when it turns springtime outside, the pinks and the purples tend to come out in my life. So this is Love Glow, and it's Charlotte Tilbury color, and it's typically like a little bit too pink for me. Typically I'll wear it over top of my First Love or like a lighter blush, but I'm just going to go straight in there with that. But because it is very pink, like I just barely dab the brush. This brush is the Define brush, and I'm just going to barely blush it up. See, I'm also using that same technique where I just kind of go around in circles. That just makes it a little bit more blended and looking great. Okay, now I'm going to go in and I'm just going to do like a broad. So a while ago I used the shade Fair in the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use the medium shade. So just to kind of blend all that out, even though I've kind of like blended it out with my technique. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do a little highlight. So I really love these Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator Palette. Maybe because I love a gelato swirl, but I'm gonna go in with this little fan brush. And I really love the Peach Glow. It's kind of like a pinky peachy type shade. And I'm just gonna barely dust it there on the top. Like that. This is a really quick and easy look because spring is all about quick, easy, efficient. To get out the door to the flower fields. Okay, now I'm going to prime my eyes. So I'm going to go in with my typical MAC paint pot in soft ochre. I'm going to prime that eye right up. Now I'm going to dust just any typical like bone shade over the whole lid. So I'm going to go in, this is the Tartelette palette, and I'm going to go in with Free Spirit. It's that top shade right there. And you don't have to have this exact shade. All I do is like dust it over the whole eye so that the other two colors that I'm going to use don't stick. Makes them blend better. This is a really similar color to the base that I just put on that paint pot. So it's not going to make that much of a difference. Okay, so now I'm going to go in. I really love this and I haven't used it in a look yet. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Muse palette, and I just really love these two colors. So they're these beautiful like rose gold colors. Like one of them's more of a rose gold and one of them's almost like a shimmery mauve. They also have these two beautiful golds in there, but today I'm just going to use this top shade, which is, these are all in French. I don't know the color, but it's the one on this side and the one on this side. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm just going to do my broad crease first. So I'm going to use the blend side, and I'm going to use this top color right here first. It's so light and fresh. It is so light and fresh. And thank you guys for all the love on my weight loss video. I'm so appreciating that. Weight Watchers is just going awesome for me, and I'm going to continue to do some videos like that. So you guys leave questions below if you have any more questions about that. I'm going to answer them for you. Okay, so see how that's just a really beautiful soft, like you can hardly see it, it's a very barely there color. So you can build that and build that and build that. And then I'll go in and I'll add a little bit of this one. This one's got a little bit more pigment to it. This is a really, really simple eye that I just love for the springtime. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit. I really love these Eco Tools brushes too because they are like two brushes in one. And who don't like no two brushes in one? I love it. Okay, so I've got that all blended in on my lid. This is a really, really simple eye that I'm not gonna do much to at all because like I said, I want it to be really fresh and springy and easy out the door makeup. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do my lash line with a powder. So I love this palette. I use this Tarte Lip palette all the time. It's the Amazonian Clay Matte palette. I love mattes. I used to use Anastasia Beverly Hills matte, like the whole line. And then I really love this because I like having everything in one palette. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna mix the Natural Beauty and the Best Friend. So they're kind of mauvey, purpley shades. And I'm just gonna lightly dust those across the lash line and on the bottom. It's a really like soft look. Ha! I love it. Sorry, Doug. I scared Doug. See, that just adds that little bit of dimension. And then I'm gonna go in with the Bombshell, which is the purple type shade. And see what I'm doing? So I'm taking this angled brush, what is this? Angled liner brush, and I like press this deep purple color into my lash line and I kind of flick up like this. Instead of going like across like that, I just feel that it gets it into my lash line a little bit better. Next, I'm gonna throw a brow on there. So I'm gonna do my mascara last. And I have been really, really loving starting my brows out with this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. So I always use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, which is a lot thinner. So it comes out and it's got this little tiny tip. Can you see that? But this one, it comes out and it's got this more angled, it's like an angled, like probably 4 times the size of the tip of this. And I like to start my brow with this. So I use the same color, I use taupe, but I started out with this because it seems to be, now that I'm getting my eyebrows waxed and dyed here in Nashville, if you're in Nashville, Jen at Parlor 3 is bomb. Or if you ever come to Nashville, she's like the Anastasia Beverly Hills of the South. And I just start that defining with that. So I go back in and I do like detail with a brow wiz and then I fill it with powder, but I've been using this and I've been liking it. Okay, so you see I've drawn it on, just that broad general draw. And if you had like some little space where you needed to correct it, then that's where you're gonna use your brow wiz. But now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna fill it in with powder, any sort of like light brown powder. I like the Omega by MAC just because I've been using it since the dawn of time and I just don't like to break my habits sometimes, which is a vice of mine. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with the Define brush, and I'm just gonna fill in just the middle of those brows. You don't have to touch the outside because you've already defined them with the brow definer. Okay, I also love this little this little brush by Eco Tools too. It's like a little brow or lash brush. I use it for both. Okay, now I'm gonna go on with the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Liquid Eye Pencil. So this is the shade I Cheat, I think. I Cheat for bigger, brighter eyes. So I'll just line my waterline. With that, just kind of open up my eyes and brighten them, because you gotta have a bright eye. Okay, and then I go in with my Too Faced mascara, and you guys can put a lash on here if you want to, but you know, this is a light makeup look with these pinks and purples and stuff, so you don't have to wear a lash. I have a permanent lash, so it's easy for me to say don't stack a lash on there. So I'm just gonna put the mascara on my bottom lash, and then I'm just gonna kind of straighten my top lashes out with it. If you have lash extensions, they say not to wear mascara. I do wear mascara most days, and it doesn't seem to ruin my lashes. I'm 2.5 weeks out from my last lash fill, and I mean, I fly away, oh darling. All right, now let's move on to that lip. So I've been really, really loving Buxom glosses. I've never used Buxom before. I just got introduced to it, and I just really like it. I like the tingly feeling. I feel like it makes my lips a little bit bigger too. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna line my lips with this Plumberry, this Laura Mercier color. This color sells out everywhere and you can never find it. I found it on Amazon and I had to pay like $60 for it, and I resent that. So if you can find another color similar to this purpley mauvey pink, you better find it. Okay, so I've kind of just broadly covered my lip with that Plumberry, and then I'm gonna go in with this Buxom gloss. So this is Nicole, And this is one of my favorite colors for spring. And if there ever were a gloss that's a long wearing gloss, it's this gloss. This gloss stays on a lot longer and the pigment lasts a lot longer than a lot of glosses. So I just really love it. Like, I don't even have to wear a lipstick because also, like, I always cover my lips with a base of some sort of liner. But that's it, like the easiest little spring fresh look. So I just wanted to start off spring by showing you guys a quick and easy look that you guys can do. I mean, this was 2 shadow colors basically, and a really, really easy lip, a really, really simple cheek and bronze. Spring is all about like pops of color. So I have the pop of color on my lips. I have the really beautiful like rose gold kind of pop on my eyelid, and then I have that beautiful little Charlotte Tilbury blush on my cheeks, and that's really all that you need. So I will link all my products below. I really love these brushes that I used in this look, and like I said, they're super affordable. So I'm gonna link everything below. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you are as excited for spring as I am. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and thanks so much for watching.